Hola a todos y bienvenidos de nuevo a nuestro canal. Nos alegra mucho tenerlos aquí. Today, we're diving into a really important topic. The people involved in creating official records in the civil registry and how to fix mistakes in those documents. It might sound complicated, but we'll break it down for you. First, let's talk about who participates in creating these official records or acta. According to the law, there are four main groups: officials, declarants, parties, and witnesses. Let's start with the officials. These are the people authorized by law to give public faith to these documents, making them official. The primary officials are the civil registrars. You'll find at least one civil registry office in every municipality. But they're not the only ones. Venezuelan consular and diplomatic officials abroad can also register events like births or marriages that happen outside the country. In special situations, like during military campaigns, designated military officers can also act as registrars for soldiers. And in life or death emergencies, other authorities like mayors, judges, or even police can authorize a marriage, for example. Next up, we have the parties. This is a simple one. The party is the person the record is about. For a birth certificate, the party is the newborn baby. For a death certificate, it's the person who has passed away. In some cases, like a marriage, the parties, the couple, are actively involved in creating the record. Then we have the declarants. These are the people who report the event to the official making. A declaration is mandatory. For a birth, the law requires the parents, close relatives, or even the doctor who attended the delivery to report it. For a death, close family members or a spouse are obligated to declare it. In other cases, declaring is voluntary. For example, when parents want to legally recognize a child, or when a couple decides to get married or register a domestic partnership, they do so freely. Finally, there are the witnesses. For certain records, the law requires witnesses to be present. For example, when a parent recognizes a child, two witnesses are needed. A marriage ceremony also requires two witnesses. The law isn't always specific about the number, but it often mentions that witnesses should be part of the record for things like domestic partnerships and even death certificates. So it's a common requirement. So you have the official who records the event, the party who the event is about, the declarant who reports it, and the witnesses who confirm it. All these people play a role in creating these vital documents. Now, what makes these records so powerful? The law gives them the same weight as a public or authentic document. This means that what's written in a civil registry record is considered true and serves as full proof in legal settings. When you need to prove something recorded in the civil registry, you use a certified copy. These copies, whether on paper or in a secure electronic format, have full evidentiary value. But what happens if there's a mistake in one of these important documents? That's where rectification comes in. The law allows for corrections in three main situations. First, if the record is missing required information like a date or a location. Second, if there are simple clerical errors that don't change the fundamental facts, like a typo in a name, say spelling a name with a B instead of a V. And third, if there are major errors that do affect the core information, such as listing the wrong gender or omitting a middle name. It's important to note, you can't use rectification to change fundamental things like who a person's parents are. That requires a different legal action called an action of status. Rectification is strictly for correcting omissions and errors in the existing record. So, who handles these corrections? It depends on the type of error. For simple omissions or clerical errors that don't affect the core facts, the process is administrative. You can go directly to the civil registrar. You'll submit a request explaining the mistake, provide any proof you have, and the registrar will review the case. They typically have 8 days to decide. If they deny the request, you can ask for a reconsideration. However, if the error affects the fundamental content of the record, like the person's sex or a key part of their name, the correction must be done through the courts. This is a judicial process. You'll need to file a request with the appropriate court, which is usually a municipal court. The court will notify anyone who might be affected by the change, as well as the public prosecutor's office. There will be a period to present evidence, and then the judge will make a final decision. If the judge orders the correction, the court's decision is then sent to the civil registry to be officially recorded. Understanding how these records are created and how to correct them is crucial. It ensures that our most important life events are documented accurately. We hope this breakdown helps you navigate the world of the civil registry with more confidence. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need it, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next video.